Alright, today's writing assignment we're going to do something a little bit different. It's not something you have to worry about grammar, spelling. You do want to break up your paragraphs while you're writing just so that it makes it a little bit easier to read. But it's basically a writing prompt, and all you have to do is try to tell a story in one page. Okay, that's it. All you're going to do is get a document going and type it in, double space, size 12, and just leave the font on it that's on it when you start, but you can do size 12, double space, and type out a story that's at least 1 page long. And don't get like 2/3 of the page and think that it's going to be long enough. If nothing else, just keep adding to it till you bump it up. I want to make sure that you're using sensory details in it. So whenever you use something that we talked about in class, like sensory details, make sure you highlight it and make the comment off to the side what you did. That way when I'm grading it and I see that you did all of these things, I don't even have to think twice. I just give you full credit on it. Okay? Now, eventually, something like this may turn into your publication. If you started getting your story on it, and maybe not even the whole thing, maybe just a piece of it sounded pretty good to you, and you wanted to use that, well, that's what we're doing with that, okay? So it's going to be a document that you turn in on the assignment. So here's the assignment with it. Now, when I'm going to pull 3 objects out of this brown paper bag. The 3 objects at some point have to be in your story. Okay? You can write the story about any topic you want, any genre you want, any way you want to, but you need to include the 3 objects that come out of this bag. When you use the object, make sure you highlight it and either comment that you used it or highlight it and change the color of it so it stands out to me so that when I'm grading it, I can give you a really quick grade on it and you don't get a comment, didn't see object number 2, and then you're like, well, it's in there, and then you can take care of it if you just make sure you label the things that you use that we've done in the class. That's going to be part of your grade. You know, did you use sensory details? And then did you use these 3 objects, which is, and go a page long. That's all the assignment is. So you can write about whatever you want. If the story ends up getting like really boring or bland and you're like, oh, this is killing me, but then you get the page, you get credit for it. I mean, it's just a fun idea. You take it where you want to. You can have fun with it. You can put it, maybe write some in a genre you don't normally write with. Tell a zombie story or do something on another planet or in the future or in the past. Whatever. You can play with it. That's the whole idea. That's how you can keep things interesting. All right? So we're going to look at the bag, and there's 3 objects in here. All right. So the first object that you need to make sure is in your story is, ooh, been a while since I've done this. Let me get a close-up for you here. It's a Valentine's Day glass that's got some burn markings in it. Yeesh. Alright, that's object number 1, is the Valentine's glass with burn markings in it. Alright, number 2 is, a paintbrush. A paintbrush. That's object number 2. And our last object, number 3, you probably don't need a close-up on it, but it does have a weird end to it, but it's a charger. Okay? Now it has a weird end on it, but if you know what kind of charger it is, that's fine, but you can adapt it to any kind of charger you really want. But those are the 3 objects that we have. Object 1 is the like romantic glass with burn marks on it. Number 2 is a paintbrush, and number 3 is the charger. 1 page. Make sure you use sensory details and any other thing that you could think of that we talked about in class that you're including in, and highlight it and put the comment off to the side that you used it. And then make sure you highlight or at least change the color of when you use the 3 objects in your story. And have fun with it. You can tell not true stories, you can tell true stories, you can tell a story and make me wonder if it was true or not, and I ask, did this really happen? You know, that kind of thing. However you want to. Have some fun with it, alright? It needs to be 1 page long, double spaced, size 12 font, and there you got it. So if you have any questions, you can ask me through email or got it. But I think that's pretty straightforward as to what I'm asking you. So we're going to go ahead and do that. This is our very first just strictly straight up writing prompt. So good luck.